288-3986. But Jerry, what's really important is we have to give a great big congratulations to Women of Grace. Okay, Johnette Williams and the whole team. You guys are awesome. 20 years going strong, and so much more coming for all of us and the young women that they are doing the retreats and all sorts of events for. It is amazing. 20 years of ministry work, and so congratulations, Women of Grace.
Yeah, praise God. Well, I tell you what, Debbie and I could sit here and just kind of work our way through all of the quirky products that we have found that we like online. But what about you, Take Two family? Something different, unique, creative. Have you come across it? Have you made use of it? Maybe you tried it and it just wasn't up to what you expected it to be. We need to hear from you. 833-288-EWTN. 833-288-3986. Hope that you will make that call right now.
Here is today's quote from Mother Angelica's Perpetual Calendar. Allow people to love you as they must love you, not as you want them to love you. Even God does not love us as we wish Him to. Learning to love is learning to accept love as it comes. Mother Angelica's Perpetual Calendar with her reflections is available at EWTNRC.com. That's EWTNRC.com.
Want to be notified when Take Two with Jerry and Debbie goes live on Facebook? Follow EWTN Radio's Facebook page and click the bell icon to be notified.
This is Monsignor Chuck Kosanke. We need Catholic radio to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ to the whole world. It's a modern means to reach the hearts and minds of Catholics and all people, and to have the Church's teaching proclaimed and taught authentically, and also to convey the Church's news from an authentic perspective.
The world needs EWTN Catholic Radio, now more than ever.
Find out how you can help start a Catholic radio station where you live, powered by the truth of the Church and EWTN's dynamic radio programming. Email Steve at this address, radio@EWTN.com.
Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, and we need you on the phone to join us on this, what could be a very enlightening conversation. We're talking about what's the quirkiest product you know of, or creative or unique, something you've come across. You thought, wow, I wonder who thought about that. I wish I had thought about that. I'd be rich right now. 833-288-3986. And I tell you what, there's a product in the EWTN Religious Catalog, folks. There is not a thing quirky about this. This is really beautiful. It's a Last Supper wall plaque, and it's a beautifully detailed wall plaque that depicts Jesus and all 12 of his disciples at the institution of the Holy Eucharist, the first Mass and the Last Supper. And with amazing detail, the delicate features that have been painstakingly sculpted come to life in this small size rendition. It's 10 1/4 inches wide by 10 1/4 inches high, made of a resin stone mix and hand painted to look like a rustic wood carved plaque. It will serve as a treasured family artwork for generations to come. It's called the Last Supper wall plaque. Today only. Order one for yourself or as a perfect gift, and this $56 plaque is just $24.99. Available at EWTNRC.com, where you get free standard shipping for online orders $75 or more in the continental United States. Just use code FREE when you check out.
Okay, please call us and tell us the quirky product you recently came to learn about and you maybe purchased. We'd like to hear about it. And maybe you don't like it and you just want to tell us, hey, stay away from this. This was a waste. 833-288-3986. Okay, listen to this, Jerry. You'll get it. You'll crack up on this one. This one cracks me up. I think I could get this as a gift. I actually know people that collect cows figurines for their house, and they love the black and white for their kitchen. Okay, so listen to this. It's a little cow tabletop vacuum that actually motivates you to get the crumbs up off your desk instead of living with the remnants of Monday's sandwich, and keep your kitchen table clear after a messy family meal.
You thought you'd sneak that motivate by me, didn't you?
It was written here like that.
Yeah.
I
I
just
know, but you thought I wouldn't
emphasized.
get it, probably.
But I really like it. It's really cute. It's a little vacuum. See, when those of you who have been in the hospitality industry, service industry, in restaurants or hotels, you know that it was a really hard thing to get that little scraper for the tables. Believe it or not, it was very hard to come by. Only management had it sometimes, or maitre d's or something like that. And I have one. I actually have one from my days in the hospitality industry. But it doesn't quite work on certain surfaces. You know, it really works with the tablecloth. This cow tabletop vacuum. Okay. What are you laughing for?
I'm
may
just
have to
imagining
get it.
people who just tuned into the show right now. They've lost it.
Yeah. I thought this was a religious show. No, it is actually. Well, we love cows. They're God's creations, right?
Yeah.
I love cows. They're very friendly. Okay, but no. So we're talking about quirky products today. How about this? Do you know somebody in your family that really has that type of brain? You know, they can really think outside the box, or maybe they have said something at a family get together, and they said, you know, we should invent this. And then 6 months down the road, somebody else is on Shark Tank or something, and they've invented it. That has happened to our family. I have to tell you,
Well,
it actually has.
I would definitely love to hear from anybody who experienced what you were just talking about, because I think every family, when you're growing up, you have these wonderful brainstorm ideas, and you never really have an outlet for getting them, funded or created or marketed or distributed or what have you. But it's so much easier today with services online that do all of these things for you. You can self-publish a book, I think, on Amazon, and sell them onesie, twosie copies. You don't have to store 8,000 copies in your basement. So we're really in an age right now where this lends itself to being able to create and distribute these kinds of things. So if you ever had any ideas for something like that, give us a call.
Could you share 'em?
833-288-3986. Or if you've come across something that you just thought, maybe it was in a thrift store. You found some. I'd love to go to thrift stores.
I know, we know.
I know. All my clothes are
Can
from
I
thrift
tell a
stores.
story about you at a thrift store? I have never had this happen ever in a thrift store, ever. And it happened with you. Okay, this is a true story, folks. If you want to listen to this, I think it's kind of fun to hear that Jerry does shop at thrift stores, and for some reason, the good Lord always provides. He needed to get a shirt. I'll never forget it. And it had to be, we were looking for a certain color because we were doing a photo shoot and stuff. And he had to get a shirt. It had to fit. And wouldn't you know it, we go to the local thrift store in the city that we were in. And I the whole time I'm moaning and groaning. I'm going, this is ridiculous. We're wasting time. Let's just go to the retail store and get you the shirt. Okay. He walks straight in, goes right up to the men's section, and there's the shirt. And it fits him.
And the rays of light coming down and angelic music.
So I'm a believer now. I'm a believer in the thrift store. That was a shock. And there was no other, it was the right color. It was the right size. So, Jerry, you definitely are made for thrift stores, or the thrift stores are made for you.
Yeah, I think the latter is true, definitely. What about you, Take Two family? We're talking about unique, creative, quirky products today. Certainly, you've got something to weigh in on this about. Like I said, Debbie and I could bore you for the whole hour because we have a lot of these that we have been perusing online. In fact, I didn't see this one online today. I actually bought it some years ago, and I used it a couple times. It's a thing that it takes the core out of a Brussels sprout. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I want that because I love
it's
Brussels
like a
sprouts.
circular thing, and it's got this sharp blade on it, and you stick that into the core of the Brussels sprout and twist it around, and it just comes out.
But
And
why do
what
you
I
want to
found?
take the
It's just-
core out? Why do you want to take the core out?
Well, the end that you don't eat, the end you chop off. I don't
gotcha.
eat anyway.
Okay, so it takes I have to get that. I love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, me too. But I found that it's just easier for me to just cut the end off and then cut them in half.
Wow, Brussels sprouts are very good for you. We are getting calls, so that's a good sign. That means you don't want to leave us alone with this discussion. We don't blame you. There's also some really cool. Everybody's big on animals. I noticed that the new quirky items all have like an animal theme. So like they have animal waffle makers. You can make all these different cat and dog and horse and elephant, and how cute. That is really cute for kids.
Well, like I was saying a minute ago, with technology and online marketing and sales and everything and production, there's really no limit to what can be created nowadays. And so I came across this one online. I like it. It's a honey, it's a thing you store honey in, and it's shaped like a beehive. And so you don't see the honey jar, you just see the beehive, but then you lift the top of it off. The base stays, the jar stays in the base, and you lift the rest of the hive off of it. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, it's a honeybee hive honey container thingy.
But see, here's the problem. I'm into purging and getting rid of everything. I don't want more stuff.
I know.
I'm trying to get rid of everything. I really am. I mean, I'm at the point where I'm talking to my neighbors going, "Do you want anything? You can have it.
Just come on over." Just put a little tag on the things that aren't available for the taking.
Free garage sale.
Yeah.
Don't you want to do that? That would be fun. You know what? I want to ask this question. Can I ask it? Can I broaden this topic a bit? Has anyone had a free garage sale? I heard that's the new thing. Like you just open up the huh?
You mean everything is free?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever heard of that?
I have not yet, no.
I just heard of it, and I would like to know if anybody did it and what happened. Like, did you just have like mass chaos, or were people really like just shocked? Was it did they have the look on their faces like they just won the lottery? I think that's wonderful. Can you call in? This is your show, a safe platform for us to come together and kind of, shoot the breeze, change the world, one call at a time. Here's the number: 833-288-3986.
All right, let's go to the calls. I believe it's Pepino, if I said the name right, in Windcrest, Texas. Hello, Pepino. Did I get your name right?
Yeah, it's my nickname for Giuseppe.
Wonderful. Yeah. Giuseppe is Joseph, right?
Yeah, yes. Joseph in Italian,
Joseph. Beautiful name, yeah. How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
So what do you got to share with us here?
Okay, I was telling the person I talked to, this was years ago, back in Panama and in the Canal Zone. We were in a car, and an ambulance was trying to pass us. And I don't know if you remember this, but at that time I said, you know what? The people can't read the sign. They should write ambulance backwards so it can be reflected. And the people laughed at me, and they said, "Oh, Nello," which is my Nello Giuseppe, you're always coming up with these crazy ideas. But I don't know if those. But years later, they did do that. So, do you recall that when they did that with the ambulance written backwards so the people could see? Hey, there's an ambulance in back of you. You look in the rearview mirror, you can see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember when it was written forward and it appeared backward in your mirror. I realize now
this was back in the late '60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that's you. Were you the one who inspired that, Pepino? Or
I don't know, but people tell me afterwards, "Geez, hello, Pepino, you were right. This is a great idea."
I think you're a genius.
Well, thank you.
That is amazing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true. That is very true. Write it backwards so you can see it quickly. You can read it. That's true. Wow,
Have you come across any quirky products, Pepino?
Geez, I tell you what, there was the one that was that you put the ice, but actually that used to be done years ago. You put the ice and then you have a fan and it cools the room. But the thing was that it melted so quickly you had to keep refilling it, so it didn't work. And I remember, by the way, I'm so glad you mentioned that Sky magazine.
Yeah,
we used to order things from there too. So that's funny.
Funny.
Anyway, please pray for me. I'm 84 years old. I'm 90% blind with glaucoma, and I love what you all are doing. You all are wonderful.
Oh, thank you. We put you in the book. I pulled the book out. So I put you in, and we will pray that you continue to go strong, okay? That's what we want for you.
God bless you all.
God bless you. Thanks for joining the conversation. Yeah, I've in the past ordered those kinds of things, the cooling machines, and what they do, they have the plastic things, full of water, and you put those in the freezer, and then you put them in there, and then the fan sort of blows a little bit of, not very cold air out. and you sort of stay hot and sweaty, and then you have to put them back in the freezer. It's an endless cycle. So those didn't work for me either.
Well, they have a new little item out. It's a mini like air conditioner. They said for people in Arizona, because we live in the desert. Not that I want you to feel sorry for us, but feel sorry for us. And then so these little mini air conditioners, same thing. You put cool water. It doesn't work. It works for about 10 minutes, and then it gets super hot.
Yeah, imagine.
You can spend a lot of money getting those things.
You could. Pepino got us started. What about you, Take Two family? Unique, interesting, creative product that you've come across, or an idea? Pepino's was an idea, not a product. 833-288-3986. Let's check in with Lorraine in Rochester, New York, listening on the Station of the Cross. Hello there.
Hello. I have a Dust Daddy. It's a vacuum cleaner attachment that you put on the wand of your vacuum cleaner wand, and then it has these little straw-like things, like little tiny straws that can fit inside of. I've used it at a church. Our church is boiler heat, and then you have the long along the floor. You have the long vent with the grill, and it goes down in where you can't reach, and it goes down in the grill, and it takes the dust out, and then you can use it if you have a fan. If you have a box fan, sometimes they get dust inside, and you can use that inside of that. These little straw-like things, they're tiny. And it's better.
Lorraine, let me ask you a question. I've seen this on TV, and I was wondering, does it really kind of squish and get underneath things like refrigerators and stuff like that? Does it work for that kind of stuff?
I haven't used it on my refrigerator. I use the regular little attachment that you have, the small, I don't know what you call it. But it I think it would work. It probably would work, but it works good. Any grilling, like if you have a grill, anything that has a grill that gets dust inside of a grill, sure. And when you have boiler heat, you have that long section where you have to, get in there. Right. And also a pie bird. Any bakers use a pie bird. It's a little ceramic. And when you make a pie crust, the top of the crust, you take a knife and you usually put little, dashes in there to let the air out, to let the steam out. Sure. Well, instead of doing that, you put a pie bird in the center of your pie crust. It's like a little ceramic cylinder, and it looks like a bird. And they come. You can buy them anywhere. You can get any color, any type of bird, a blue bird or a cardinal or anything. And they're just a cylinder, but it's a ceramic, so it withstands the heat of the oven. And you stick it in your pie, and you bake your pie, and the steam comes out of the pie bird's mouth.
I'm looking
it's so
at
cute,
that.
and it's good. It's a good gift to give somebody that bakes. I gave one to my daughter, and when I go over there, I see she's got it on her counter. She has
Beautiful.
it.
That is
I'm looking at those online right now.
you're looking at it?
That's cute. Yeah, that's really cute. I'm looking at those online.
But see, these are... Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, Lorraine, you get a special award today because you may have actually inspired me to clean my house.
Oh, and there's one other thing. My ex-husband he was a setup man at Delco, and he could fix anything. When the thing broke down, he could fix anything. So he was always very technical, and he just lived in the garage a lot, and he just loved to be in his garage. So he invented this thing. He would can tomato sauce, and you have to keep stirring it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And he would do his own canning of his tomato sauce after we divorced. So he was big. He turned out to be a very good cook. So he took a regular fan, but not a box fan, a small fan.
Real quick, Lorraine,
it would fit on top of your stove, and he rigged it up, and he put things on it. He took the blades out.
Right. Thank you, Lorraine, for the call. Sorry about the brief cutoff here.
If you've never been to EWTN's free family celebration, this is your year. Your EWTN family is waiting for you where it all began in Birmingham, Alabama. Join us Saturday, August 26th as we celebrate Mother Angelica's love for the Eucharist and mark the centennial year of Mother's birth. For more information on this free event, visit EWTN.com/family celebration. We want to see you there.
The heavy hitters of Catholic Radio are on EWTN Open Line. Join Father Mitch Pacwa for Open Line Wednesday this afternoon, 3 Eastern, exclusively on EWTN Radio.
This is a Pro-Life Minute with doctors Stephen and Gracie Christie.
Steve, here's a really ugly accusation that's leveled at us all the time. You pro-lifers only care about babies while they're inside the uterus. Once they're born, you don't care for the poor and needy.
And what I always say is, what makes you think that pro-life advocates care less for the needy than pro-choicers? Did you know that pro-lifers give a greater percentage of their income and volunteer more of their time to the needy than those who identify as pro-choice? Now, you might believe that progressive social policies are better for the poor than conservative policies, and that's a legitimate debate to have. But it's both arrogant and inaccurate to simply claim that pro-choicers who donate less of their time and less of their money to the poor somehow care more for the poor than do the pro-life community.
Adoption rates also refute this falsehood. Pro-lifers are more than twice as likely to adopt as pro-choicers, again proving that pro-life movement is pro-life for all children. So claiming that pro-life advocates don't care about babies after they're born is pure nonsense.
Hi, this is Janet Williams. You don't have to be a woman to enjoy Women of Grace tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern here on EWTN Radio. Now, back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Okay, you guys are loving this show today, so we're getting some great ideas. And, you know, it really does weave into our spiritual lives. And what I mean by that is, you know, God has blessed folks with gifts and talents and unique abilities to do certain things, like using your brain, like Peppino was saying, you know, why isn't it printed backwards, you know? It's a beautiful thing when we step outside of our comfort zone and take a chance and do something really creative, and especially if it's for the glory of God. Amazing. And God wants us to participate. He's a God that loves when we cooperate and participate. So let's hear what Karen has to say, Jerry. And Karen is in Texas, listening on Guadalupe Radio Network. Hello, Karen.
And Jerry.
Hi.
Okay, these are a couple of things that you think are going to be crazy. The one is take a unwrapped bar of Dial soap and put it under your bottom sheet, and you won't have restless leg syndrome at night.
Wow. Wait a minute. I have to hear this again. One more time. So, Karen, you take Dial soap. Does it have to be a certain, scent?
No,
flavor?
It just has to be Dial soap.
Okay, and where do you put it?
Under your bottom sheet on your bed.
Under your bottom sheet under your bed?
Okay. Right down by your legs. You can use a couple if you want to.
Okay. Wow.
You won't have restless leg syndrome.
Huh.
Restless leg. Okay.
You know why that works that way?
Yeah.
No, who cares? It works.
As long as it works.
Who cares? I love that. Okay, so Karen, you'll get a kick out of this. My sister, my oldest sister, who I talk about all the time on the show, Marianne, she worked for the Dial Corporation for 20 some odd years. So needless to say, there's a lot of Dial soap in our family.
Well, good. Okay, now you know what to use it for.
Okay.
And then I have another thing, too. Take a little handful of raisins before you go to bed. You won't have to get up to go to the bathroom.
Wow.
Raisins?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying everything and anything, all the suggestions, and this is okay. I'm just saying, Karen, if you get a phone call from my husband saying, she's acting real strange, she's doing all these things, I'm going to say it was Karen from Texas, okay?
That's right. You blame me.
All right. Bless your heart, Karen. Thank you for being part of the conversation. 833-288-3986. We're talking about unique, creative, quirky products or ideas. And Debbie even said, have you ever had a free yard sale? If you have, tell us how that went.
Okay, we need to do another congratulations. Can I do that?
Sure.
I'm into congratulations today. Congratulations going out to another member of the EWTN radio family. Divine Mercy Broadcasting in Washington State is celebrating their 10th year with EWTN. Today, they serve Washington State with 6 FM stations in English and Spanish. We want to thank congratulations to Joe Haberman and our friends at Divine Mercy Broadcasting from all of us us here at EWTN. Way to go, Divine Mercy Broadcasting. We love you guys. Did I get Joe's last name right? Haberman?
I believe so. I was just going to add, I'm so excited when we give these anniversary congratulations out to hear, especially in this case, 10 years, and some stations 20, some stations even going on 30 years of successful Catholic broadcasting. That's strict. That's entirely due to your generosity, listeners. So please remember that and always support your local affiliate and EWTN.
Well, and Jerry, there are summer pledge drives coming up, and a lot of stations will be coming to you, your local Catholic radio station, saying, hey, we've got a 1 day, a 2 day, a 3 day, a 4 day summer pledge drive. They really need to do this because it's listener supported Catholic radio. So if your local listening area comes to you, please tell your friends, pass on the message, and try to pledge yourself and support Catholic radio. We need Catholic radio now more than ever, we believe. Okay, Jeremy is up next, Jerry, in Michigan on the EWTN app. Hello, Jeremy. Welcome.
How are you?
Good,
hey, good,
Jeremy.
How are you?
Very good. Thank you. So my aunt has a very funny, quirky product that she introduced to our household, and she has a funny story that goes along with it. So she has these quilts. They're little quilts, and you put it in the microwave underneath your plate or your bowl, and after you pull your food out of the microwave, the plate is typically hot. This quilt is heat resistant, so it keeps her fingers nice and cool when she's carrying that hot plate.
Nice.
So it's a quilt that goes underneath your bowl, and she used it when she was having a very sensitive fingers, and now she is making them and sending them off to hospitals and to people who have sensitive fingers for heat and cold, so they can carry their plate.
Okay, so Jeremy, we have a ministry team that helps with our retreats and pilgrimages and our stand tall, our whole outreach. And part of our ministry team is a wonderful couple, and they're probably listening right now, so we have to mention it because they would totally be good friends with your aunt. Laura and Glenn Sweet are just like that, just like your aunt, Jeremy. Laura made us those quilts for our soup bowls and our plates that come out of the microwave. They are brilliant. I love them, and they work. And so Laura and Glenn and Jeremy's aunt, if you're listening, great job, because you can really burn yourself pretty bad with things coming out of the microwave because you're looking at the clock and it's like maybe only 1 minute, 2 minutes in the microwave, and you're thinking, oh, it can't be that hot. And it is really hot. So Jeremy, that's a great invention.
Yeah, they're fun. So now my aunt is making them and sending them all over to hospitals, especially for people going through treatments and for children and all that stuff.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, see, that's like Debbie was talking about. We can tie this topic into our faith very easily, Jeremy. You just did by telling us about your aunt's ministry, and it really is a beautiful calling and a ministry that she's engaged in. So thanks for sharing that, Jeremy. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
833-288-3986. Yeah, I have made very good use of the one that Laura and Glenn made for me.
Oh, and mine are the colors that I wanted. I asked, she specifically did the colors I wanted for my kitchen. I mean, I just love it. Huh?
I believe it.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, they make great gifts, and if you have that talent, she actually sewed. Ours weren't quilts; they were sewn. They're sewn ones. Okay, so Donetta is up next, and Donetta is in Ontario, Canada, listening on the EWTN app. Hi, Donetta. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. I listen to you often. At lunchtime and before I go to bed. I love your show.
Thank you. We love you.
Yeah.
God bless you both.
Thank you.
Mother Angelica is a wonderful, wonderful person. I still listen to her even though she's passed on for a long time now. So I'm calling because you were asking if we have free yard sales or garage sales, So here, if you don't want something, you could just put it on the sidewalk, and if somebody walking by and they need it, they just take it.
Cool. You mean just on your street? Just on your street? You just put it on your... Oh, wow. Okay.
At the end of the driveway or whatever, and people walking by or driving by, if they like it and they need it, they just take it.
Okay. So you don't have to go through all the trouble of setting up and everything.
Right. Go ahead, Donetta. You were going to say something else?
My kids cleaned up my garage a couple of years ago because I'm trying to declutter like you, Debbie, and they got rid of a lot of stuff like that.
Wow.
Now, the only danger I see in this, Donetta and Debbie, is if, say, you go to the department store, you order a brand new, refrigerator or an oven, and it's loaded on a pickup truck, and they take it off the truck, set it on the sidewalk, and then they go inside to, answer the phone or take a text or something, and you come out and that new refrigerator's gone. It wasn't intended to be free, but somebody thought it was free.
I think you gotta put a big sign on it, free. That's how it goes.
Oh, okay. So you.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to put the free sign.
On the new stuff, you put a sign that says hands off, right?
Yeah, don't touch it.
You have an awesome day. God bless you both.
Thank you, Donetta. Thank you. And thank you for the kind words. You are such a sweetheart. Jerry, I have to tell you something. I've said this many times on the show, but I've got to tell you something. It is very painful. When you have an eyelash that gets in your eye and you can't get it out, it's painful. It's like a little needle in your eye. Why? Yeah. I mean, it's interesting how God, like allowed that to, it's very painful.
Why did God put lashes right next to eyes? Is that why we call them eyelashes?
Exactly. Yeah. I know they're just, keep everything clean and everything around your eye area, but that is painful. Maybe somebody should invent something like a quick, a quick way to get, stuff like that.
There are eye drops, aren't there?
Oh, that's true. There's eye drops. Oh, I did, splinters too. Splinters are very painful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I used to garden, they were painful. Anyway, that is not the topic for today, but I had to share that only because, I tell Jerry pretty much everything. So, but with quirky products, let's face it, sometimes you can really be drawn into the emotional side of something or think, oh, I want this because it's so unique. And then you get it, and it's really kind of junk. Have you ever had that? I've had that many times.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then the worst thing you can do is regift it.
Well, when you see it, people kind of showing how it works, or you see it on TV, or like a live demonstration in the store, or something like that.
Like the slicer dicer thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like you said, sometimes they just aren't true to what they say they were, but.
Mm-hmm. Can you think right now, while I have your attention, can you think right now the best thing you ever purchased when you just had like an emotional kind of attachment to it and you purchased it and you're like, wow, I'm so grateful for that item?
Yeah, at my age, I need a little more lead time on that.
Mine would, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to share with you. Mine is a juicer. I bought on a whim an amazing juicer. And I have never regretted it. It juices so perfectly, and I love juicing, and yeah, it was pretty cool. It was very, very expensive. Juicers can be very expensive, but if you want a good one that it separates, a lot of the fruits and vegetables and stuff.
I thought of one. I actually didn't buy it. It was sent to us by one of our great listeners, sent to me by one of our dear listeners, Tony in Texas. Mm-hmm. And it's a treat launcher for my dog, Duke. You put little treats in there. Yeah, launcher? It's like a little treat gun. Yeah, you put treats in there and it kind of fires them off in the direction of the dog. Yeah.
Like a water gun that you put treats in?
Yeah.
Does Duke like that, or is he scared?
Well, he hasn't learned. He doesn't catch treats in his mouth. Yeah, that's one of the only disappointment I have about my dog. He's perfect in every other way, but
he disappoints me because he can't catch.
Well, I've had so many people have dogs, and you toss them a treat, and they catch it in their mouth. I tossed it to Duke, and it bonks him on the head, and he kind of looks down at the floor like, "What was that?"
Oh, maybe the treat launcher scares him. I think it's a great idea. It's very ingenious. Yeah. Tony sends like the greatest gifts.
Yeah.
I got a sleeping St. Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
from
Yeah,
Tony, which is amazing.
absolutely.
Can I share a couple things that I think are really important for our listeners, like tomorrow's show? I just want to make sure we get full participation tomorrow. We're talking about, if you love or you despise going to meetings, okay? The Zoom meetings, in-person meetings, all these meetings. Debbie, Jerry, I want to meet with you this time, that time, 45 minutes, an hour. It goes on for 2 hours. Do you love meetings? Do you get a lot out of them, or do you really despise them? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Also, too, please check standtalltoday.com starting tomorrow, because the webinar will be up. Shauna has done a great job. She's going to post the webinar, Jerry, tomorrow for everyone to register about the occult. And our guest is Adam Bly, and Adam Bly will be talking about these new games that are coming out, and they are being used as gift giveaways at different events and weddings and all sorts of things, and they're dangerous, folks. So we're going to be talking about he titled it Same Old Game, the Occult. And so that will be on standtalltoday.com. Registration will begin tomorrow. So please take part in that. It'll be July 19th. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Jerry and Debbie Facebook page. Why? Because Ace McKay, our producer, is promoting so many cool things about past shows and upcoming things that we've got going on Take Two. So, Jerry, a lot of housekeeping we had today. So actually, it's a perfect time to do it.
Yeah, and just want to mention and let you know, remind you, you probably have heard the show, Cresta in the Afternoon with Al Cresta. I've said it many times before. I'll say it again. I think it's one of the most important shows on Catholic radio, because Al looks at every important event, moral, social, religious, cultural, from a lens of the Catholic faith. And Cresta in the Afternoon is weekdays at 4 Eastern Time on EWTN Radio, many of these same stations. Al and his guests talk about today's news, and today Chuck Gaitaga discusses the science behind the benefits of religion. That should be fascinating.
Very
That's
nice.
Cresta in the Afternoon.
Yeah, it's a great show. I have something else I just want to share about quirky products. There's something I bought recently. I think I bought it like in Publishers Clearinghouse or something. It was one of these, like, you could enter the sweepstakes and then get this like little gift or something. But it works. It's amazing. I don't know if you have it, Jerry. If you don't have it, I would actually mail you one, because I have 4 of them. They came in a package of 4. Do you have it? It's where it's a pot. It's a the handle of a pot. It's a pot holder. Like it's you put it over the handle so that you can lift the pot off the stove and not burn your hand.
Wow. What's it made of?
Fabric.
Oh, fabric. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pot. It's a pot holder. I guess you call them pot holders,
yeah.
right? But anyway, they come in different colors and everything, and you just slip it onto the handle of like like if you're boiling water in it, or like for pasta or something like that, and you just slip it on, and you can lift it. It doesn't burn your hand.
Nice. Yeah.
You know what? Better yet, I'll just mail you one next birthday. How's that?
Yeah. I got almost a whole year to wait for that.
Yeah.
Hey, there's still time to get you on the air. This episode of Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. It is your show, and we're going to get to a couple more calls before we finish. But there are some lines open right now as well. If you have come across just something that you thought we're using the word quirky, but it could be really totally creative, unique, special, some kind of a wow product. I've got to have that. I've never seen that before, never heard of it. God bless the person who invented this. If you've had that experience, 833-288-3986. I
got something I want to ask somebody, because this has always interested me. Did you ever get that metal thing, or that it almost looks like just a little it could be a metal thing, or I think even glass, and you put it in boiling water so that the boiling water doesn't go over the side of the pan. Have you ever seen that? It prevents the water from going over the lid. I just want to see, does that thing work? I mean, I before I buy it, because I make a lot of pasta, let's face it. And those of you who make a lot of pasta, you can relate to this. It does mess up your stove every time the boiling water flows over the side of the pan. But that's you drop it into the water. You don't have one, Jerry?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's a second gift I'll get you. There you go.
Wow. I'm just racking up the gifts here today. Oh, well, yeah, and by the way, thank you and Marty for the shirt you sent me for my birthday.
Oh,
That was
you're
nice.
welcome. Yeah, thank you. I wanted you to have a special 4th of July shirt for your birthday since you're one of those freedom babies that I always talk about that's born around the 4th of July. So what does our producer say? He's so smart. Put some olive oil around the rim? No. Okay, that is not true. You can put olive oil. Why? I've lived 57 years and I didn't know that. You can put olive oil around the rim. That is shocking. Okay, I'm totally doing it. I'm going to make pasta tonight. I'm going to try it tonight. Wow. Very cool. What?
Charles Beery just weighed in. Debbie needs a bigger pot to cook noodles in.
True. I really do, Charles. That is true. I'm one of those Italians that I tried to, skirt around how you have to make pasta. It's not good. I need to do it the right way. He's right. Charles is right. He knows me very well.
Lorraine is on the line in Rochester. Is this Lorraine we had on a little bit ago?
Lorraine called back. She missed us so much.
Hi, Lorraine.
I have what you're talking about. You put it when you're boiling pasta. It's a silicone, it's heat-resistant silicone, and I set it on top of my pan to boil pasta. And it has holes in it it lets in the middle, it lets the steam out. But it's just like a silicone flap. It's like a flap, and you can fold it up and put it away when you're not using it. I just bought it at some store in Rochester, in a kitchen department. I would say look around.
Okay.
And it's you can fold it up and it works great. Nothing boils over.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get it, but you were probably on hold. Did you hear that our Ace McKay, our producer, said all you have to do is put olive oil or oil around the rim of the pot? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but now that I have this little thing, I've been using that.
Yeah.
It's like a silicone type of thing, heat resistant.
Very cool.
Well, Lorraine, now that you're describing it, I think I do have one. It's like almost like flaps. They sort of open and you flip the flaps over when you're not using it or something.
Almost.
Maybe. Is that it, Lorraine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I do have one of those.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Jerry likes to cook, Lorraine. Lorraine, you were so sweet for calling back, and we're sorry about when we took that break. We had to kind of cut you in the middle of your story, but you are a sweetheart. I have to tell you something. Your name, Lorraine, that's my sister Joan's middle name, Joan Lorraine, and my uncle, the late Father Sylvester Lavolsi, helped to name my sister. And Lorraine is a beautiful name. Do you appreciate your name? I'm just curious.
Well, yes, it's a little different, and so it's not, I like it. But the guy that did that other thing with the fan, he took the fan blades off, and he used paddles, and so that when you plug in the fan, the paddles, you invert it, and the paddles stir your sauce. It was a stupid thing. It was his own invention. They do make something like that now, but he did it.
Wow.
He did it before he died, and we all had a joke about it. After he died, we found that thing, and we said, does anybody want it? I said, no, it's too bulky.
Well, Lorraine, you got a 2-for-1 today on the program. Bless your heart. Thanks for calling back in and really making this a wonderful conversation. We got I think we have time to get to Margaret in Colorado Springs, Colorado, listening on the EWTN app. Hi, Margaret.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was just calling. You were talking about buying something that you weren't expecting it to be good. So I was at the store buying something else, and then I saw something next to it. It's a spoon holder, but it also will hold your lid from your pot. And I thought, does this really work? And so I bought it anyway. I tried it, and it does, and it's fabulous because it's not real big. It's just a small little thing where you can put your spoon and take your lid off and just lean it against the back, and it's great.
Wow.
You know what? I I love this idea. I'm going to look that up, Margaret, because just last night I was frying chicken breasts for dinner, and I had them in a frying pan, and I put the lid on it. And when you take the lid off, you're going, where do I put this right now? Because you need two hands. You need a sharp knife and a fork to cut in and see if the chicken's done or not. So you need like 3 hands, but this would actually free up both hands. So I like that.
Yeah, I've actually seen that at the kitchen store, and that's cool that it works. That's awesome. So you would recommend that? Would that be a good gift to get somebody? I love getting kitchen gifts where then you can go visit them and you see your stuff on the counter.
Yeah, because this thing was just, I think it was just like $3.99 or something. It's just a small thing and nice and sturdy. And I actually I bought more when I bought my first one, and I thought this is so cool, and bought some for gifts for other people.
Beautiful. I'm going to look one of those up today, and I'm not just saying that. I really have needed one of those. I just made a note here: lid holder, spoon holder.
Yeah.
So
see, Margaret, you did good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Margaret. God bless. Wow, fun
That was
program
a great show.
today.
I actually liked this show. It was fun.
It was, yeah. I mean, we, as we always say on this program, it's the good, the bad, the ugly. It's everything about life, because we all live pretty much the same lives. At least we live in the same world. And so we like to talk about things that are happening in each of our lives each and every day. So thanks, Take Two family, for making this a good broadcast.
Mm-hmm. And we want to thank the Take Two family. You guys sent in a lot of ideas, a lot of products. We just got kind of flooded with a lot of messages. So thank you so much. We'll look at all of them after the show. And then also several of you sent in little tips on how to get an eyelash out of your eye. They said blink a lot of times, very fast, very rapid blinking. Thank you, you guys. You care about us, and we care about you, and we love you to pieces.
Well, Debbie promoted a few minutes ago tomorrow's topic: do you love or hate attending meetings? I'm going to guess it depends on what type of meeting it is, who's going to be in the meeting, how long it goes. But I'll give you a hint. No, I won't. I'll wait till tomorrow.
You don't
this
really
is like a
like
soap
meetings,
opera
right?
on a Friday, I mean,
Yeah.
they leave you hanging. You got to wait all weekend to see what's going to happen next.
Right. They only have
You
to wait
only have to
24
wait
hours.
23 hours. So.
23 hours, that's right. Yeah. So thank you so much, you guys. If you want to continue adding your prayer requests and intentions, you can go to take2show.com. Don't forget to like us on the prayer wall is there. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Jerry and Debbie Facebook page, and make sure starting tomorrow you check out standtalltoday.com. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful and blessed day. We'll see you real soon. Stand Tall is now offering advanced group coaching sessions with master coaches highly trained in life skills. Visit